Hello guys, Troxus here from WoD Gaming. We're in the Warlords of Draenor beta and we're giving you a look at the Ret Paladin changes and a little overview on what's happened with them. So, let's start with what was removed. So, for Ret Paladins, there's not that much that's changed. Inquisition is gone. You don't have to keep that up anymore. It's not like we've lost any damage from that overscaling and whatever. It's gone in, so we're not losing 30% damage from Inquisition being gone. We've also lost Guardian of the Ancient Kings, our little damage guardian, and that does hurt a little bit. Doing some duels and seeing how the flow works, it kind of feels like our burst is a little bit more powerful. Just the plain Holy Avenger Wings burst. It's more powerful with just those two, but it still is not as powerful as when you also use Guardian. So our 3-minute burst that's now gone, our 2-minute burst is more powerful than our 2-minute burst was before, but the 3-minute burst that was pretty powerful is now gone. Besides that, almost our rotation and abilities stayed the same, so not much change there. Oh, we also did lose Blinding Light, our CC, and that sucks, but a lot of other things are being removed for other classes, so it shouldn't be that much of a hit. Let's go over talents real quick. The first tier, Alarm of the Law, at least for arenas and for most things PvP-wise, is pretty much a mandatory choice. Fist of Justice, still amazing. Others still okay, but Fist of Justice still the best for Ret, I think. Eternal Flame, Sacred Shield, it's about the same spot it was before, with Selfless Healer being, I think, a little bit ahead of the rest, and Eternal Flame being okay. But I don't think you want to use Sacred Shield as a Ret Paladin. I like Selfless Healer a lot, just because of the free heals really do help, and the healing's actually pretty decent. So level 60 tier, Clemency is still a really good choice for 2s and 3s. Getting the 2 freedoms is just amazing, still really good. So for our burst, here's where I thought there might be a little bit of a change from Mists. They said they were doubling health pools in Warlords and that it'd be slower PvP, but that's really not the case. Damage is still fast, a little bit slower, but not that bad. And Divine Purpose just plain doesn't have as much of a proc chance. Like, it doesn't have enough. Like, if you're doing prop PvP, which, by the way, prop PvP is really fun right now, but proc generates a lot more holy power due to all its procs, and gets more Divine Purpose procs due to that. So, in proc, it actually can work. But there's not enough chances to proc Divine Purpose in Ret, and it kills your burst so much that I think that Holy Avenger is still the choice, and Sanctified Wrath is still kind of still meh, not really that good. So for level 90 talents, it's definitely still no for Light's Hammer, and it's between Holy Prism is like still a very good choice, and Execution Sentence is kind of for certain situations, but most of the time I would use Holy Prism. Now, for the level 100 talents, which is obviously what everybody's talking about, new stuff, start with the middle one, Sephirium. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but 30-second cooldown, 5 holy power. It's going to give you 30% haste, 30% crit, 30% mastery, 30% multi-strike, 30% versatility. Now, I'm sure you know what the first few mean, haste, crit, mastery, which is great, but multi-strike just basically gives you some extra attacks. I'm pretty sure if an attack procs, it'll do that attack like 2 or 3 more times. So just a little bit extra more physical damage. And then versatility seems to be like a PvP stat. I'm not exactly sure how that works in PvE, but right now versatility just increases the damage and healing we do, and decreases our damage taken by a certain percent. So that's good. And so you're obviously that's gonna be useful, but the thing is, this 5 holy power, once you use 5, it really leaves you vulnerable. You don't have a lot of things to use. You can't use WoD, you can't use your damage, you have to build up all over again. 5's a lot, and right now, the other 100 talents are overshadowing it. but this is beta, so things could change. Let's go over Final Verdict. Final Verdict's the one I'm using right now. It basically turns Templar's Verdict into all holy damage. Templar's Verdict before did physical and holy, but since we get more of a holy boost, Templar's Verdict hits a lot harder. So, let's see. Exactly. So, we're going to damage this dummy, and let's see what we hit for a Templar's. So, about 139k. Let's switch over to Empowered Seals and do a Templar's Verdict. And yeah, hold on. The numbers are kind of still high, which is odd. So this is actually 234k. I didn't see the first time. Let's switch back to final one more time and see how much this hits for. Yeah, so okay, so Templar's Verdict hit for 230 and Final Verdict hit for 330,000. So that is a pretty huge increase. So it definitely increases your main hard hitter by a lot. But what I've been finding, and when you're doing this, is the rep rotation is pretty much the same now, minus Inquisition, and the burst is the same. I just feel like we have less stuff going on for us, just because of other classes having a lot more survivability than we do now, because the healing is okay, but it's not that great. So what they did with healing is basically we can flash a light way more. Like normally our mana pool will only let us do like 2 flash of lights. We can do like 4 or 5 flash of lights, but we don't heal that much in combat. So it might be a little bit tougher to survive. So I feel like we're a little bit bare if we choose Severium or Final Verdict. So I'm going to show you right now what seems to be the overpowered level 100 choice, Empowered Seals. So Empowered Seals right now gives you a bonus depending on what seal you have out. So Justice on and we Judgment, we get 20% movement speed. Insight, 3% healing, maximum health, 20 seconds for 2 seconds. So basically heal for 3% every 2 seconds. And Righteousness increases your attack speed by 30% for 20 seconds, and Truth increases your attack power by 15% for 20 seconds. Now, the thing is we're going to Judgment, we're going to get the stack, we're going to use Insight, we're going to Judgment, we're going to get that stack, we're going to use the Insight, we're going to use the Justice, we're going to Judgment, we're going to get that stack. And so for a split second here, we have all 4 of the buffs up. And we are getting so much extra damage and bonuses because of this, and it's just crazy good right now. So that that may get changed, but now seal switching actually seems pretty viable, just because of how good this is. And I really want to use Final Verdict, but not right now this is the most overpowered choice. So, and that adds a really unique thing to our damage rotation. So I'm going to start with Insight, because Insight isn't a big deal if it falls off. So we're going to get all 4 of them up and then pop our burst rotation here. Going to get this one up. Going to switch to Truth. Get this one up and then pop our burst. And then we're moving fast, so we have, we're moving fast, we're doing tons of damage, and it's just overall really great for PvP. For PvE, I'm thinking Final Verdict, because it's better just for raw damage for PvE, but for PvP, this is pretty good. So, Ret Paladin's looking pretty good in Warlords. Not amazing, they're not where some classes are OP right now, but they're definitely not falling behind, and that's a really good thing, because normally what happens at the start of expansions for Paladins is they're too OP, they're overpowered, and then they get nerfed to the ground right after launch, and it just sucks because for only a little bit of the expansion are we able to enjoy being OP. And right now, where it doesn't look like we're going to be OP, it looks like we're going to be around in the middle of the pack at the start of this expansion, which is going to be good, so we actually have a chance to shine and not be an over-nerfed class for most of the expansion. So this has been my overview for the Ret Paladin in Warlords of Draenor. If you want to watch, I'm going to be releasing a lot more Warlords of Draenor videos. This is the first one I've made so far, but I'm going to be doing a lot more PvE, PvP for different classes. For Paladin's my main class, so probably mostly Paladin, but definitely some other classes too, and some dungeons for sure, because that's what's the rage right now is what's out is dungeons, and especially new battlegrounds when they come out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Warlord stuff. See you guys later.